All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Bobby Gaines. Yeah, I can see you guys really, really well. Hope you can see me or not see me. All right. If you can hear me, raise your hand. Hey, there you go. All right. Y'all look ready to go. All right. Good.
Is our audio working?
Yeah. The audio sounds like it's working, I think.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks so much, Samuel, for setting this up. All right, guys. Good to have you here today. If this is not your funnest course for the semester, I'm gonna be really, really upset because here's the thing. You guys signed up for a course and you didn't know who the professor was. It was a TBD, a TBA, or however they do it. And you probably have to have this one to graduate. And you're like, oh my God, it's the most boring class on the planet. It's insurance. I don't want to think about insurance because that means I got to think about dying. And that gets me down. So hopefully that won't be something that we'll be thinking about today. We'll try to make this as fun as possible. I promise, promise, promise. So let's kind of go through the syllabus and just introduce you to the class. And keep in mind, I want to keep this as low stress of a class for you as possible. You're coming into a new class, you don't know the professor, maybe have some nerves, you're a little, anxious about everything and how hard is it going to be? Do I have to write a 20-page paper? Blah, blah, blah. And trust me, I do not want to be a source of stress for you through this semester. What I'd like for us to do is to just have fun and do a little learning, because ultimately what's going to happen is most of you in here are probably going to one day be a financial advisor. If that is your route in life, raise your hand so I can see who else doing that. Yeah. All right. And the rest of you are just here because you just like insurance, maybe. No, nobody's here because they like insurance. All right, so let's go through the syllabus really quick, and here's my contact information. Now, I was really upset because this did not put everything that I wrote here for my contact information. So you click on this and it'll show you my phone number, things of that nature. But let me give it to you as well because it didn't print out in the syllabus. My cell phone number is 770-301-5304, 770-301-5304. Trust me, you got a question, you got a problem, you got whatever with this class, you call me, you text me. I would probably rather you text me rather than call me, because my grandmother passed away in 2017 and she left me voice messages every day. And I feel so bad that there's messages on my phone right now from my grandmother that I've not listened to since she passed away. So I rarely listen to my voice messages, but feel free to text me at any time. Don't be afraid if you get texted back though by my children with tons and thousands of emojis, because they'll just go and they'll text anybody that's texted me and you'll get tons of emojis on your phone. So anyway, and listen, I really, really want you to contact me if you have any problem at all. So course description, here's the course description that they had in the last syllabus for this class. But I like kind of putting my own spin on things. If you're going to complete this class, as we said earlier, you're likely heading for a career in financial planning. And if you can't explain the importance of insurance protection to your mama, I put mama on there because my mama is who I love talking to so many times, and God bless her, I miss her every day. So chances are you can't explain the importance to your future clients and why insurance is an important thing. So we will not only look at the theories, we're going to look on the practical side of risk management, and we'll use a common sense approach. I do not like pie in the sky approaches to education. I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly from what I've experienced, and give you the facts that I think are important for you. Now, the textbook is here, right? So don't be afraid if you don't have your textbook yet, because I don't have my textbook yet. So they're sending it to me. So it should be here any day. I've also got something that I really, really, really So here's your required text, but I've got another book that I want you to get. And this is required only for students seeking extra credit. Who in here would love to get extra credit pretty much easy or free? Raise your hand. All right. This will be the best thing that you can do. I want you to get this book. It's called Investments Don't Hug, Embracing the Life Insurance Asset. So it's a really, really good book. It's not pie in the sky. It's an actual real estate or an actual insurance agent and how he cared for his clients throughout their life cycles. And it's really, really good. So you can get it as an audio book, paperback. Here's what I did. I signed up for Kindle Unlimited on Amazon, and you sign up for, a couple weeks and you can get this for free. Otherwise, I think this may cost you about $9, but it'll be $9 well spent. I don't care how you get it, audio book, paperback, Kindle version. All right. So I've taken a number of insurance courses through my time. I was sitting where you were sitting just in 2015 when I probably took this exact same class that you have. Guess what I remember from the class? Would anybody like to raise their hand and guess what I remember from my insurance class?
Nothing.
Absolutely, positively nothing. Hell, I don't even know why I took it, right? So what are you going to remember from this class? Well, you probably are not going to learn, you're probably not going to remember a lot. And I'm not teaching for you to have retention. So I like to call the course objectives the 3 big meatballs that I want you to take away from this class. And I'm going to give them to you right now. So course objectives, the 3 big meatballs you're going to take away is that the insurance industry is huge, y'all. It is big. It is big business. And they spend billions of dollars annually to separate prospective consumers, which is you, from your hard-earned money. Now, when you're turning on the tube or you're watching Hulu, we have no, thankfully we have no commercials on Netflix, right? But if you're watching Hulu and you don't pay to have the commercials gone, every stinking commercial is that stupid flow, and they're on the beach and they're, and that whiny girl that's with floating times like this, you know which one I'm talking about, right? And it's just, oh my gosh, that's all I see. And then there's this Lee Mew Emu. Have y'all seen that one? With the stupid bird and, he's wearing sunglasses. Oh my God. So they put all of this money into this, into advertising. So they're trying to get you to come with them because they know if they can just get you to go with them for right now, that chances are you're going to be with them for 10 to 15 years. So that's why they're willing to shell out the big bucks. So you need to know this is a big industry. This is big money, y'all. And what these folks do is they want to get you in the door. And are you going to allow this advertising that they do to influence how you treat your clients with respect to insurance? The people that are putting the money out, are you going to say, well, we got to go with Geico, don't we? Because they got the gecko. I mean, my God, you got to go with them. They got the cavemen. They've got, whatever. They've got all this stuff. And you think, well, Geico's got to be the best in the industry. Not necessarily so. So realize this, it's big business. That's one of our big 3 meatballs. The second meatball is this. Anybody in here work at an insurance company or insurance agency or have in the past? I don't want to pee you off today. I don't want to make you mad. But I will demonstrate. I don't know how I'll demonstrate it, but we'll talk about it. That a lot of the products offered by insurers are excessive and are not necessarily in the best interest of the customer. For example, let me give you an example. My mama, I remember back in the day, we had an insurance agent that drove a little red car, and he would come to our house once a month, and they would actually pick up the premium. You paid them each month. The insurance man would come by and you write him a check, and you thought, wow, what great service this is. And anytime they had a new product, they would, they talk to us about it. They come in. He would always bring my sister and I candy. So we loved the insurance man. So they started offering a product instead of life insurance. It was called a cancer policy. Anyone ever heard of a cancer policy? So can you imagine they're coming in and they're saying, you know, there's a good chance, Mrs. Gaines, that you're going to die of cancer. You know, it's sad to say it, but if you do die of cancer, then this policy will pay off to little Bobby and little Christy there. And, you know, my mom was just sitting there going, oh my God. And the insurance guy's like, well, you do want little Bobby and little Christy to be taken care of. You don't, right? And my mama, you know, she's just like, well, yeah, she's looking at us and we're looking at them. And the next thing you know, they sold us a cancer policy. So why in the name of God would anybody buy a cancer policy? We're all going to die, ladies and gentlemen. We are all going over that cliff at some point. It may be cancer. It may be getting hit by, you know, a bus. I mean, we don't know what's going to, you know, take us out. So imagine if you passed away and, you know, it was of cancer and you had cancer, but all of a sudden, you know, they do an autopsy and says, well, it really wasn't the cancer. It was a heart attack. We can't tell if the heart attack was caused by the stress of the cancer. And now you've got an insurer that says, well, they really didn't die of cancer. They died of a heart attack. And they're not going to pay out on the claim. Can you imagine? So there's no reason on earth that anybody, any of your clients should ever buy a policy, an insurance policy that would only cover one peril or one disease or one calamity that would destroy them. So you know, you would never buy a diabetic policy. You'd never buy just one that says, hey, your heart stops, whatever. It's just not good insurance. It's not good for the best of their clients. But they figured out that, hey, we can scare some people, tell them the number of people to get cancer. We can, kind of shove this down the consumer's throats. So it's not something that you want to do. So a lot of products offered by insurers are not in your best interest. They're not in your client's best interest. Now, with that being said, there is a high probability that most of you are either over or underinsured, overinsured or underinsured in some aspect of your life, right? So a lot of you are young, you're, kicking off, you think, man, I don't have any insurance. I don't need insurance. That's fine. And we'll talk about the insurances that maybe you need to be looking at. And we'll talk about the ones that you have and whether you're over or underinsured. For those of you that drive automobiles, I'm sure that you have automobile insurance on there. What's your deductible? And most of you would say, well, Bobby, it's as low as it could possibly be, right? Because I want it to be, I want a low deductible so that if I hit when I'm going to Auburn and that stupid eagle that flies around their, campus or whatever, and all of a sudden it runs into your windshield and cracks your windshield, you want to pay as least amount as possible, right? Have that windshield replaced. Well, is that necessarily good? With a low deductible on your automobile policy, what does that mean for your premium? Who's the overachiever in the room who would raise their hand? I like the overachievers. There we go. Or were you just stretching?
The premium is higher.
Yeah. So you got a lower premium. You think, man, that's good. I only pay $100 if it, cracks the front of my car or busts in my radiator or whatever. But yeah, over the years, you're going to pay a lot more for that premium. So most times it's a good idea to say, hey, we're going to raise that premium and save the money or raise the deductible and save money on the premiums that we pay. So we'll talk about that as well. Now, here's the part that, oh my God, this just looks horrible. Basically, this is the stuff that we're putting on here from the outline of topics here, things of this nature that kind of get you ready for the CFP exam. So don't be freaked out by that. We'll make that as fun as possible. So let's just go through that. I don't want to scare you on your first day. All right, now here's where you're really interested, right? Your exams and assignments. So what I like is class participation, y'all. I do not want to kill you. I do not want to stress you out. I want you to have an enjoyable class. I really, really do. All I ask for you to do is participate. You participate, you answer questions, you participate in our activities, you read, you're going to be absolutely 100% right on track, right? So we'll have discussions where we'll do those on Blackboard. We'll have assignments, and I'll post those on Blackboard as well. I'm thinking you're going to have 3 exams through the course, but listen, do not worry when it comes to the exam. All right, here's the problem that I found with the exams. Most of the exams that professors offer, are offered through the textbook, and all of those exams are cookie cutter. And then what happens is those get posted to all of these websites, like, what are they called? Chug or Chegg or whatever. And then you can find the answers, and then every one of you will make 100 on your test because you're looking up answers on the internet. Anyone ever done that? Don't admit to it. Don't admit to it. So here's the thing about our exams. I don't even think that I'm going to give I don't think we'll even do like a multiple choice test. And if we do, I'd probably do it open book. Again, I'm all for you having less stress in your life. And when you're an actual professional out there, I want you to be well versed in these things, but being able to look up information is also something. I'm thinking that the exams will be more of a case study. Joe Blow comes up to you. He's 48 years old. He's got 2 kids and a wife, and he's asking you for what you should do, what he should do with his life. And I want y'all to be able to tell him that, right? I want you to be able to tell Mama and Papa and all your friends when they come up to you, you need to be able to say, well, here's what I do, Mama, and give, and then logically go through the process of explaining what coverage they need, what questions you should ask, and figuring out their needs and where we can cover that with insurance coverage. All right, so we'll have some self-checks maybe. Graduate students, let me see the graduate students in here. Y'all should be looking smarter than everybody else, right? That's not necessarily the case though. I'm seeing you. Okay, so about half of you are graduate students, and we will give you a graduate case study assignment that we won't give to the undergraduates, and then we'll let you guys evaluate each other's case study. But again, I don't have that posted yet. Not something that you need to worry about at this point at all. And really, I don't want you to worry about it much in the future. I think as we just talk in a common sense way about insurance, you guys are all going to be fine. All right, so I think we're together about 15 or 16 weeks. So we'll have a weekly discussion, right? So 15 of these at 20 points each gives you 300 points. You'll have 7 assignments, 50 points each, 350, 3 exams, 300 points, graduate case study, blah, 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 blah. So here's the point total for undergraduates, point total for the graduates. Now, watch how hard this first one is, okay? Has anybody looked on Blackboard, and does anybody know what your first discussion is? Anybody? Hopefully it's showing up. I've got it somewhere. Let's see, where do I have it? Where do I have it? Well, I don't have it open, but let me share it with you anyway. So your first discussion is this, and I do hope it's showing up on your thing. Your first discussion is this. I want to know your theme song, the theme song of your life. And I'm actually talking about music. So back in the, I don't know, the 90s or so, there was a television show that was pretty good that I loved watching. It was a lawyer show, and what's that chick's name that's married to Harrison Ford? Callista Flockhart or whatever. She was in it, and it was called Ally McBeal. Has anybody ever seen Ally McBeal? Raise your hand. Yes or no? Oh my gosh. All right, so it was a great show. And she was a quirky little thing, and she came up with her own thing where she said, everybody's got to have their own theme song. And I took it to heart. I really did. So I want a theme song for you that will describe kind of your thought process, your life. If there's one song that defines you, what is it? How many of you have that song already? You know what it is. Raise your hand. You already know that it's X, Y, or Z. You don't have a theme song at all. Unbelievable. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to tell us what your theme song is. I also would like for you to find a link to maybe a video on YouTube of that song, of the artist singing the song or whatever, because here's the cool part. I like new music. So I want to hear your theme song. And chances are I may even start calling you your theme song rather than your name. And that's how I kind of remember you. So I want you to come up with your theme song, post it to the room so everybody can see what your song is, and listen to the songs, guys. Look, go and listen to the songs and kind of figure out about your classmates. Tells a lot about people. Now I'm going to tell you what mine is, and I've told you in the discussion, and I want you to listen to mine. God is my witness. I may play it before we end today, and y'all will probably go to sleep and be bored to death. The one thing that I do in life is I'm a dreamer. I am a dreamer. I do not have any idea why we in this world cannot get along. Whether you're Republican, Democrat, independent, communist, socialist, I just can't figure out why we as a human species cannot get along. I can't understand why the races can't get along, why white and black and whatever color cannot get along. It just kills me. It really, really does. And you'll read about me in the, I've kind of given you a little bit of an autobiography about me in the syllabus, but race relations is something that is really, really important to me, because I know that different races of people can get along. Well, I say that. How do I know that? Well, I know that because of the makeup of my own household. So y'all, we got white people in the house. I got black people in the house. We got Latino people in the house. We got blonde-headed people in the house. We got red-headed people. I got it all, because all of my children are adopted. So Abby's adopted from Guatemala. Then we adopted the twins, who are not really twins, but we call them twins because they're both 6 years old. And we've got all these wonderful kids, and they fight like cats and dogs, no doubt, brothers and sisters, but they take up for each other. They love each other. And I just wish more people could get along. The races can get along. The different points of view could get along. So it's really, really, really important for me. So why did that have to do with anything? Oh, so I'm a dreamer. That's it. I'm a dreamer. So y'all, sometimes I take a little detour, okay? How many of y'all are on Adderall? Don't raise your hand. I am, okay? I'm on Adderall. I'm on venlafaxine. I'm on, God, I mean, you name it. Probably all the stuff that y'all are on, I'm on too. I got all the ADDs and ADHD, so I'll take little detours from now, every now and then. But here's the cool part. My theme song is Kenny Rogers, who passed away like a year ago, and Kim Carnes, and they did a duet called Don't Fall in Love with a Dreamer. Now, I bet not a single soul has heard that song ever. Raise your hand if you've heard Don't Fall in Love with a Dreamer. Oh my God, y'all making me feel so old. Wait a minute, on the front row, you've heard of it, really, huh?
I think so. I know my parents would listen to Kenny Rogers sometimes. So I think I would recognize that. Or like,
Okay.
I know like the Gambler and stuff is one of the songs.
Yeah, the Gambler and all that. Would you mind humming a few bars for the class? Is that a?
I think I will recognize it when I hear. I'm not sure though. My parents
Okay.
listen to that kind of music, but I'm not totally sure.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, so I want y'all to listen to my song. And then part of your thing is I want y'all to comment on mine and say, what does that tell you about Bobby? You listen to Don't Fall in Love with a Dreamer. I've got a link to the video. It'll take you 3 minutes of your life that you'll never get back. Most of you will go, oh my God, this is the slowest, sappiest love song of all time. But I want you to reply back and say, okay, Bobby, here's what it tells me about you. And then I want you to do the same thing with 2 other students in the class. All right, just comment back, and you're going to get 20 points for this, y'all. Can you believe that? Where else are you getting 20 points in an insurance class for posting about music and the theme song to your life? So this is really, really good start. So that's going to be due Sunday by midnight. So that way, tonight's Thursday. So that means it's party day, right? So tonight's when y'all go do your little whatever you're going to do tonight. So you ain't got to worry about tonight. You can sleep late tomorrow. Never take a Friday class, right? Leave Friday class alone. Then Saturday, you can just chill out. I mean, don't do anything. And then on Sunday at 11 o'clock, you have plenty of time to get your assignment done. All right, so we're already there. All right, I've also given you an assignment as well. I've given you a reading assignment from the New York Times. And it's called It Began with a Gecko, Mayhem and Flow and Peyton ensued. So I want you to read this. How many of you know who John Travolta is? God, please, somebody in the room. Okay, a few of you. You ought to check out this cheesy Mutual of New York commercial that's posted within the story. An old, when he was like a teenager or something, he's doing this old insurance commercial. It's really interesting. But this is a cool little article about how times have changed in advertising with insurance. So then you're going to need to write a 300 word. Now, I hate when teachers say, oh my God, do 500 words. And you're sitting there going, you got to count your words. I don't want to really have to count your words. I've given you plenty of instruction. I just want to know, here's what I want to know. Did you read the dang article? Did you take time to actually read it and construct a thoughtful response? And I've given you a couple of questions in the syllabus to answer. So if you'll do that, read the article. Again, I'm not making your life very difficult. I don't want to make it stress. I want you to read that. Now, when is that due? That one is due on the 29th at 11:59. So you can start on that one probably too by 11 o'clock on the 29th and get that one done. All right. So your only other requirement this week is to read chapter 1 of your textbook. And if you'll have that done by when we meet on Tuesday, then we'll be able to discuss some of the topics that are within your chapter 1. All right, back to the syllabus. Anyone got questions at all? Here's the grade ranges, blah, blah, blah. Double check my math, make sure on all of these, but I think I've got it where you're going to make, hopefully everybody's going to make an A- to an A+ in the class. That's what I'm going for. I am going to give you an opportunity for extra credits. If you will get that book, that extra book, we'll get a simple assignment from that. All right, don't wait the last minute, blah, blah, blah. Here's our policy on missed exams and coursework. I get it, y'all. Life happens, right? Life gets in the way. Your family members got COVID. You got to go back home, take care of them, whatever. I understand that. So no big problem. Attendance policy. I am not taking your attendance. I do not care if you come or not. However, if we do an assignment that is in class and you miss it, you just miss it. All right. If we do an assignment that is in class and you're not in class, you miss it. So I really, really, encourage you to be there because we could do an assignment at any time, at any class, unannounced. And if you miss it, you just miss it. All right. So this gives me the right to change anything at any time, which I definitely might. Now, here's what's going to make you a successful student. Let me see the hands in here if you think you're a successful student. You're going to be a successful student in this class. Raise your hand. Are you doing it from peer pressure or you really think you're going to be successful? I have to ask that. All right. It's amazing how often the normal distribution curve applies to many areas of life. Y'all know what the normal distribution curve is, right? Everybody knows that. It's the, let's see if I can draw it here. It looks like this, goes this way, and then it goes this way, and then it goes this way, and blah, blah, blah. And, 68% of students in this class should fall in one standard deviation. 68%. Then that leaves 16% of the students, regardless of how we structure the class or as easy as we make the class, are going to fall. They're not going to do the stuff. They're not going to do they're not going to read the article. They're going to try to bull crap me on the discussion, blah, blah, blah. And then we got 16% of you in here that are the overachievers. 16% of you, you're going to do everything that I asked you to do, and you're going to do more, and you're going to be very successful in the class. This also transfers to life. Most people fall in the one standard deviation, 16%, they kind of suck, and 16%, they're kind of, really, really, really uber successful. So I believe that if I can structure this class good enough, I can get more of you over here and less of you over in the bad part, right? We want to move you over here so that you can at least be average. For God's sakes, at least be average. And then more of you than 16% in this class will excel. So that's my goal, if we can get it there. But I find that successful students have 6 amazing attributes. They possess a grateful spirit. My God, you are at the University of freaking Alabama. You know how wonderful that is? My God, my dream school. Was my dream school to go to Harvard or no, heck no. I want to go to Alabama because little Bobby's been an Alabama fan since I was 5. I was in the 5th grade when I became an Alabama fan. I love Alabama. I love all things Crimson. I am all about the Bama. And you should be glad that you're at Bama too, because my sister went to Auburn. And guess what she ended up as? Anybody guess? Drug dealer. Drug dealer. She's a pharmacist. I told that joke to Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, and he's always making fun of Alabama. He loves to make fun of Alabama. He will smile so big, and he'll tell Alabama jokes. So I told him that, and I got the biggest smile out of Justice Thomas. So possess a grateful spirit. You should be grateful that you are in the United States of America, the greatest country on the face of the planet. You are in a class when many people are having to do virtual. You're getting to socialize with your classmates and with your friends on campus. I mean, man, you're just grateful. Man, I'm just glad to be here. I am glad to be here with y'all. Second thing that successful students, they're kind. They're kind to everyone. They're not jerks. I mean, they're just kind. They have a thirst for knowledge and wisdom, and I hope you have that. I mean, I'm trying to tell you that I don't want to put stress on you, but at the same time, I do want you to be thirsty for knowledge and wisdom. They are present during class sessions. So I said, you don't have to be here, but a successful student will be here. They participate in class activities and discussions, and they have a positive attitude. Dang, y'all, that sounds good. Dang, that sounds good. How many of y'all fit at least 5 of those? Raise your hand. I'd love to see. I would say 68% of you are there. Okay, there you go. Are you good? How many of you are tired of raising your hand? Raise your hand. Okay, nobody's tired of raising your hand. All right, characteristics of a successful professor. I like knowing this. How many of you ever had a professor that just sucked? Oh my God, they just terrible. And all they do is they don't understand you. They don't understand that you got to go out to a party on Thursday night. They don't understand that you got a job. They don't understand that you've got 5 other classes that you're taking and you've got all these papers to write. And it's just a lot, y'all. It's just a lot. And let me tell you something. There were times when I was working on my master's at Alabama, I'd take 4 or 5 classes a semester. I had a family, 5 kids. I'm tired trying to coach Little League and T-ball and all that. And I was just tired. And I was like, gosh, y'all put so much on us. And I don't want to be that person. So here's what we are talking about here. And we're not talking about any bad professors at Alabama, right? All of them have been really, really super. So wherever you've been. All right. But I have found that successful professors admit that they don't know everything. They don't know everything. Y'all look at me. I am probably the smartest person that you've seen today, right? I mean, I just, right? I mean, you're sitting there going, oh my God, the man he must be a genius. No, that is not it. I am average at best. So let's just do this. Here's what I want to do really quick. Y'all like this. Bobby Gaines, don't know jack. Let's see if y'all can fill in the blanks here. SCHITE, Jack Shite. We'll keep it family friendly, right? I don't know jack shite. Y'all know what I'm talking about here, right? Y'all know the boy don't know jack shit. So we're just keeping it real, right? I don't know jack shit. This should be your assumption for every professor that you have. You should go, he don't know jack shit. He just doesn't. So that should be your number one thing. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of stuff I don't know. So if you ask me something and I don't know it, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to bull crap you and just make you think that I know it. No. That's what most professors would do, not me. I'll just say, dude, I don't know. God, I don't know. I'll try to find out, but I don't know everything. All right. Second thing of a good professor is they're approachable. Oh my gosh. How many times do they say, call me or make an appointment for my come by the office, whatever. And you go, oh man, you can tell they don't want you to talk to them at all. You ain't good enough to talk to them. Dude, let me tell you something. Y'all can talk to me. All right. I will make that promise. I am approachable. You come to me, you talk to me, you call me, you got my cell phone, you got the whole thing. I am very approachable. And they listen to the needs of their students. If what I'm giving y'all, and you as a collective group say, dude, listen, man, you just overboard. You give me too much crap and I can't keep up. Then let me know that. Because I will listen to your needs, really. Because that's the last thing I want to do is cause you undue stress. I want you to learn, but I don't want to cause undue stress in your life. They encourage their students. Now, y'all, here's the deal. Y'all are now stuck with me for the rest of your freaking life. How about that? If I am your professor for one class, I am your professor for life. You can call on me at any time. Do y'all know, how many of you know Miss Pentecost? She was so helpful to me and, during my time, and I know she's been helpful to y'all as well. So Miss Pentecost, she kept up with me even after I was out of the University of Alabama program. When I was working on my PhD, she'd send me a message, how you doing? And then as I got closer to finishing the PhD, guess what she said? She said, oh, Bobby, she says, we may need some help in the fall. So that's kind of cool, right? She kept me in the back of her mind. She knew I was an excellent student and she encouraged me. She wrote letters of recommendation to me. Y'all, after I finished my PhD, I enrolled in an MBA program at University of Nebraska. And because I'm with y'all now, guess what? I dropped out of that. Thank God. Thank God. My God. They were like, I had an economics professor and he was like, oh, and I was like, oh, I cannot do this. Why am I doing this to myself? So they're an encouragement to their students. I will be an encouragement to you for the rest of your life and a resource that you can use for the rest of your life. I told you I had insurance class in undergraduate school. I don't remember anything about the class, but I remember my professor wrote a recommendation letter for me for a job, and I got the job, and he used a word that I'd never used before or heard before. And now in any recommendation letter that I do, and you're going to need me to do a recommendation letter for you, right? And I want you to watch for this word, right? This person possesses here's the word, requisite skill. Man, when he used that word on me, I said, dang, I felt good. That was an encouragement to me. I got the job. And now whenever I write something, I always say somebody's got the requisite skills. And so that will be in your letter when I write one for you. All right. And I will really mean it. I will. I just won't put it in there. So they treat their students with respect. I respect you where you're coming from. Your background may be different than mine. I use the word ain't. I'm country as country can be. I am sitting in my underwear even as I speak. I'm just me. This is just me. All right. And I will treat you with respect regardless of what background that you come from. Matter of fact, this is probably the last time you see me with a tie and shirt and with my underwear on. Most of the time I wear a spam hat when I'm teaching. And if that doesn't offend you that I'm wearing a spam, how many of you have eaten spam before? Anybody? One. Oh my God, what is wrong with you? Are y'all vegetarians or what? What's wrong with y'all? All right, so I'll treat you with respect. They make learning enjoyable. If I can't have fun teaching this class, we ain't gonna teach it. All right, I gotta have fun. Y'all need to too. And they become a lifelong resource to their students. All right. Now, is there something that I left off? What else makes a successful professor? I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you would speak up, because I do have a little trouble here. Anybody want to, is something that I missed, something that y'all are looking for in a professor that makes the class better? I sing when y'all get quiet. Okay. Well, shoot me an email if there's something that I left off here, please let me know, because I want to be the best that you could possibly have. So I've written a whole big old thing here about me and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. You're welcome to read that. I don't know why I wrote so much, but I did want to make you, as you read through my bio and you read through some of the heartaches and things that I've gone through in life, I want to leave you with this one thing on it though. And please remember this: whenever you become discouraged about your progress, maybe in this class or in this semester or in life or in your profession or in your job or in your relationship with your boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, whatever, you become discouraged and you think, oh man, life is never going to turn around or be the thing that I want it to be. I want you to remember this one thing, okay? If you only knew what's in store for you, you'd understand the reason why the wait is so long. That means so much to me. My wife and I, you'll read through the thing here. We went through fertility treatments early on. We paid $480 a day to go to Atlanta 5 days a week. Insurance didn't cover the fertility treatment. So we were $2,500 a week to the fertility specialist, week after week, month after month after month. We were borrowing money on credit cards. We spent every dime that we had. We finally got pregnant. We were so excited, you call the family and do all the stuff. Hey, we're so excited we're pregnant. And then Beth had a miscarriage. And so that whole thing just devastated us. And I was just so upset, didn't understand why. But we had looked at international adoption. We looked at, domestic adoption. We had people to say, that would contact us that they said they have a baby that they were not going to keep and they wanted to give to us. And then they used us to buy them cars and to buy them groceries, and they never were pregnant to begin with. I mean, we had all kinds of stuff. It was just a horrible, horrible time in our life. And, we pursued international adoption. Kind of funny, in Guatemala at the time, when a girl became available, they had a list of little girls from Guatemala and little boys. And when one would come available for adoption, they would get snapped up, right? It's just snapped up. They get placed with somebody. And Beth had shown me a little picture of this little cockeyed girl. Now, y'all want to know what I mean when I say cockeyed, right? Her little eye was like going over to the side. And she sent me a picture of it. We were early on, and the adoption agency was telling us, do not make, get, attached to any child at all. You're early. We can't match you for months and months and months. And she saw this picture of this adorable little child that had a little eye that was kind of going over the side. And Beth said, oh, Bobby, look at this. I said, Beth, stop it. It's too early. They said it won't be months until we're able to get matched. Okay. So fast forward, we were going to vacation to Panama City Beach, Florida. Now, how many of y'all go to vacation there? I ain't got the money to go to Destin, right? So I always go to Panama City Beach. So we go to Panama City Beach, and we got to LaGrange, Georgia, and on the way down, and our adoption agency called us and said, y'all, they're about to shut down all adoptions in Guatemala. You must be placed with a child today, or you'll not get to adopt a child from Guatemala. We didn't have cell phones that had, internet access where you could pull up everything that we do today. We didn't have the iPhone back then. So we stopped at the library. We did it old school, and they sent us some emails of some little kids. Now, keep in mind, all the little babies got picked up by people, and guess who was still available? The little cockeyed baby, the little baby that had the little cross eye, right? She was still available. And so guess what? Beth said, that's the one. So that was our one. So think about it. I think about it now, and that was on our anniversary, October 23rd, as we were driving down to Panama City. We actually went to the beach, never went on the beach. We spent the entire vacation at the Panama City Beach library, right? That is not on the beach. And all we did was look at pictures of this little girl that they would send us. So I think in some way, somehow, that child was meant for us in such a way that perhaps her eye was crossed in that photo. She had a crossed eye so as nobody else would select her, that we would select her. And after 9 months, ladies and gentlemen, that little baby came from Guatemala as we brought her back to the States. And guess what? This is a great thing. I think this is so awesome. Guess what about her little cockeye? Totally perfect. Totally perfect. There's nothing wrong with her eye at all. It was just the picture. You know how the picture made it look like it was that way? And so my little baby girl came and she was 9 months old when we got her, and she's 16 today and in school. So I look in the mirror, and some friends of ours had this song, and part of the words of the song were this: if you only knew what's in store for you, you'd understand the reason why the wait is so long. Why did we go through that wait? Well, why did we go through the miscarriage? Why did we go through everything that we went through? We went through that so that we could have Abby. So I want you to think of that now. You're sitting there and maybe you're desiring a relationship with somebody and you just broke up with somebody and you go, oh my God, my life is over. My life is ruined. And you go, I'll never find somebody, or you'll never find that perfect job, or you'll never find this. If you only knew what's in store for you, you'd understand the reason why the wait is so long. So I want y'all to take that to heart, right? Because so many times that we get discouraged in our life and we're just seeing right in front of our face, you can't see tomorrow. And the truth is that there's a better tomorrow for you down the road. Just be patient. So I hope that that'll stick with you. If nothing else sticks with you in the course, 3 meatballs don't stick with you, I hope this little phrase right here will stick with you. All right, so we've got everything else down here that you can read through, wellness resources, blah, 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 blah. So any questions about the syllabus? Any questions about the course at all? Nothing at all. All right, great. Now, let's talk about a little something. How many of y'all would like to be wealthy one day, or maybe you're already wealthy? How many of y'all, that would be a goal? Why are you going into financial planning, for God's sakes? Why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you going through insurance courses and wills and trusts and estates and all that kind of planning and retirement planning and all these courses and investments? Because I hope that you're not going to be a typical financial advisor that will tell people, well, what you need to do there, dude, is put 60% in stocks and 40% in bonds, and you're going to be fine. Don't do that. Don't be that financial advisor. I can get that advice from the internet, right? I can go to Google and say, how much should I be in bonds? How much should I be in stocks? And, you, ladies and gentlemen, are going to have to differentiate your services if you're going to be successful. Because I hate to tell you, you're going into an area or a career where they are now having robo advisors, right? Where people just put in their information and it spits out what they should do. And I still believe brains over bots, because you, young ladies and gentlemen, are going to be the ones who will be able to have personal relationships with people. You're not going to be a brain over a bot. Let's see here. Let me move this so I can get everything ready. Does everybody see my whiteboard? Everybody sees my whiteboard, right? Clear all drawings. All right, so let's draw something here. Let's do this. All right, let's talk about wealth creation. Let's talk about becoming wealthy. All right, first of all, there is an accumulation stage, right? Where you are accumulating, hope I spelled that right, accumulation stage. This is where you are gathering assets. So you're going to gather assets and you're going to, increase those assets over time. And that's the fun part, right? This is where you go to work. This is where you may have a job, or you're an entrepreneur and you've got money coming in and you turn dollars from income into an asset by saving. So that's the accumulation stage. Anybody know what happens after you accumulate the assets? Anybody at all? What would be the next stage? Think insurance.
Protect them,
What was that?
protect them.
Protect them, right? Yeah, so we could use preserve or protect, right? Or protect those assets. All right, that's pretty good, right? So you got the accumulation stage where you're gathering, you're growing your assets. Then when you've grown them to a substantial amount, and even in the process of accumulation, you want to preserve or protect those assets. All right, final stage, ladies and gentlemen. This is a stage we don't like to think about. What is it? What logically comes next? You've accumulated all the gold in California. You have protected it with insurance and risk mitigation. Now, what is the final stage in your life cycle?
You die.
Spend it.
The distribution stage. Distribution stage, what the crap does that mean? Yeah, I've worked this long, right? I have worked my life for everything that I've got. I've preserved it, and now I got to distribute it. Well, sure, because when you die, I tell my kids this: when I die, I ain't leaving y'all with jack crap nothing. Y'all on your own. I'm gonna spend it all. Me and Beth's gonna spend it all. But there's a distribution stage. This is where wills and trusts come in, right? So that after your untimely or timely demise, whatever the case may be, that your assets are going somewhere. They may go back to the government. They may go back to your heirs, but you need to direct where those go. So those are the three stages of wealth, right? You accumulate it, you preserve or protect it, and then you distribute it. Now, how many of you would like to know how to become wealthy? Let me see those hands, those hands. And some of you may have the silver spoon already. You may already say, man, I'm already there. And when my mama passes away, she's going to leave me with jack this and jack that, blah, blah, blah. Hey, I got it. But for those of us that had to work our way up, I'm going to give you the secrets to wealth. All right, number one. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm about to tell you may be controversial. What I'm about to tell you, you may think is a hoopla of crap. You may think this is the most horrible, ungodly bunch of stuff that I've never read in a textbook. Oh, who walked in? Y'all were looking to the right. What happened?
It's like a knocking on the wall.
Okay. All right. Secret to wealth. All right.
Oh, Dr. Gaines, we can't see your screen, whatever you're
Yeah.
talking.
See my
Yeah,
screen?
it's just like a white screen. Like I thought it was like not loading, or it might just be not loading, but it's just white.
Okay. So you can't see my white screen. Let me see it again. Whiteboard. Share sound. Share. What do you see now?
Nothing. Try
It's just
typing,
all white.
try typing again. We'll see if we see.
Oh, I know why. I know why. Here's the thing. I'm using a different pen program. Let me do this. I bet you'll see this. Hold on a second. Let me see. Stamp, 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 text. Here we go. All right. Text. How big do I want it? All right. See if you see this. All right. How about that?
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Is that better? Good. And thanks for telling me that. Secrets to wealth creation. Here we go, y'all. This is going to be fun because any class that I'm going to teach with y'all, I'm going to teach the same thing till I get it into your head. You ready? So if you get $1, what are you going to do with that $1? Here's what you do. And if you'll follow this, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be in great shape. You ready? There it is. 10%, give it away. So when you're paid $1, how much are you going to give away?
10 cents.
You give 10 cents away. All right. Now you're sitting there going, oh my God, Bobby, did you do that when you were in college? No, I did not. Y'all, now look, y'all didn't have it as bad as I did at Jacksonville State. That's where I went to undergraduate school. Scott Smith and I lived in a trailer that had no heat. We hung up blankets because we had no curtains, and that place was cold in the winter. And to keep warm, we opened the oven and we ran the oven. And when we would talk to each other in the trailer, we had that little smoke coming out of our mouth, right? I mean, it was crazy, y'all. We froze to death. So we didn't have jack. But I'm telling you, just keep an open mind here, okay? I want you to if you'll start setting your life up to do this, I want you to give away 10% of everything that you make. I don't care if you're doing it to a church, to your synagogue, to you're giving it to a charitable service that you are helping, or you see someone in need at the on the street or something, somebody that needs something. I want you to give away a dime, just a dime of every dollar. All right, let's go to number 2. Anybody think I'm crazy so far? Probably. All right, ready? Second step. I want you to save 10% for yourself. All right. So now out of your dollar, you have taken 10 cents and you've given it away or donated it, charity, whatever. Or you're going through line at McDonald's and you see, a person behind you and you say, isn't that fun? Have you ever done that where you go, hey, I'm gonna pay for the car behind me? And then, I did that one time. Someone paid for mine and I said, oh, that is so sweet. And I got up to the thing and I said, hey, how much is the car behind me? And they told me it's like $50 or $60. And I'm like, I just slowly just pulled on off and did it. You ever been there before? I mean, my God, man, order something off the dollar menu. What are you doing? So give away 10%, save 10% for yourself. So the 10% you give away could be for, anything, but save 10% for yourself. Put it away and preserve it. Okay. Lock it up for a future day. Now, this one's really going to blow your mind. You ready? I want you to invest 10%. Invest 10%. All right. So now, y'all, out of your dollar, we have taken only 30% of it, of your dollar, right? Is gone. 30% is gone. 30% is gone. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Now, y'all gonna like step number 4. Here's step number 4. And if y'all do this, it's gonna be so great. All right, let's put a 4 there. It's a little off balance there, but we'll do it. 4 is this: live on the rest. You got 70% of your money to live on. Now, y'all, here's where this is going to give you a lot of freedom in your life. When I was your age and I was in undergraduate school, I wanted to be a band director. But growing up poor as crap, as you'll read in my little biography there, I was unable to think about me ever having anything because we were just poor. And I wanted to be a band director, but the band director, you couldn't make that much money as a band director. My band director told me this in high school, and this shocked me. After I graduated, he said, let me tell you something. He said they had rented a place that had a nice little pond in it, and we would go down to the pond, we'd go catfishing. How many of you ever eat catfish? That's some good stuff. Come on now. Hush puppies and coleslaw and everything. So he would tell me this. He said, Bobby, he said, there were days that if I didn't catch a fish out of the pond, he said, we wouldn't have had dinner. And I thought, my God, I can't do that. I've been poor enough. I can't be a band director if that's the way it's going to happen. So I went into finance thinking I was going to find my way in finance, right? Now I look back, had I done this, and here's what I will really pop this into you today. If you will follow this, if you'll give away 10%, save 10%, invest 10%, live on the rest, do you realize that you can go into whatever freaking career you want to go into? Do you really want to go into financial planning? Is that really what you want to be your career, or do you want to be something else? What's your dream? Have you ever seen the movie Pretty Woman? Right? What's your dream at the beginning? What do you want to be? What do you want to be? If you'll follow this little plan, give away 10%, save 10%, invest 10%, live on the rest, and don't go into debt for stupid stuff, and don't max out your credit cards, and don't do things. This is the simple plan here. This is a simple plan. Give away 10%, save 10%, invest 10%, live on the rest. Y'all, that's the secret to wealth. Now, let me just tell you my situation. Here's the deal. Let's get down and dirty with it. I have made every financial mistake that I could possibly make in my entire life. I have done it all, y'all. I have messed up. I have, let me tell you something. There were days if I didn't park my car at the back of the neighbor's house, that my car wouldn't be there in the morning. Everybody know what I'm talking about? Some of y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. That means the repo guy is going to come up and take my car, right? I have been there. I have done every stupid thing on the planet that I could do financially. But still, I started early enough after my dumb mistakes that I was able to do what we're showing you here and turn it all around. So the biggest question that I've gotten this year is this. All right, so all my friends that I went to high school with, right? So we went to high school, 48 people, and I see them out all the time, and they're like, how did you retire at age 50? What did you do? How did you do it? Now, y'all, I know y'all are looking at me and y'all go, God, Bobby, you can't be a day over 35. Actually, I'm 51, right? So in May, guess what I did? In May, two important things happened in my life. Number one, I finished my dang stupid PhD that took me 4 years of crying and sweating and writing and revising and all that kind of stuff. So that was an important thing. And also, I actually retired at the age of 50. Do you know how many people retire at the age of 50? How many Americans do you think retire at the age of 50? Nobody. So when, Miss Pentecost told me about this class that was available, I was like, I don't know. I like sleeping till 11 o'clock every morning. I'm kind of getting used to this. So that's the biggest question that comes my way. I'm trying to tell y'all how you do it. You give away 10%, you save 10%, you invest 10%, you live on the rest. That's how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. So when people ask me, I say, well, it's really simple. You kind of give away 10% all you make. You save 10% for yourself. You invest 10%, you live on the rest. It's a beautiful plan. Now, here's what you don't know is that I'm a dang good investor. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even call what I do investing. I am a trader. I'm a trader. That's what I love to do. Now, here's where some of y'all gonna hate me, okay? I am as capitalistic as anybody. How many of you watch Billions? Nobody watches Billions on Showtime? What the devil's wrong with y'all? You're missing a good show. Y'all never heard of Bobby Axelrod? Oh my goodness. We might have to do that as a class project. I am as competitive a capitalist as you will ever see on this planet. My daddy and I would play video games when I was a teenager, and we'd go months and weeks without talking to each other. I was so competitive. I mean, if one of us lost, we would do that. So I'm competitive. I like to win. So I trade, and I trade very, very well. And guess what? Part of my trading involves, this is a great thing, insurance. And we'll talk more about this as well. Part of my trading involves insurance, and I insure my accounts. But my entire dissertation on my PhD was on how to hedge a portfolio. So what I do is not only do I manage my own money, but I manage money for other people. So here's the evil thing that I am that some of y'all are going to now hate me for. Ready? I am a hedge fund manager. I'm a hedge fund manager. That's what I do. And I manage money for other people. And I teach trading. That's where my passion is. I love it. But incidentally enough, it includes insurance. And let me just tell you how we hedge in life. I'll give you one more story, and I'm going to let you out a few minutes early. All right, because I've talked enough. And everybody on the front row's got their arms crossed, which means they're in a defensive position, which means, old man, you have blabbered on way too long. Right? No, I'm just joking. So I was in 5th grade. And in 5th grade, the power couple of the day was Alan Kaysen and Renita White. Oh, she was a cutie pie. Lord, was she a cutie pie. I remember Renita, and they were the J-Lo, who's she with now? Ben Affleck. I don't know what they call that today, the JB or whatever. They were that power couple at Ranburn Elementary School or whatever we were in 5th grade. So I never thought they'd break up, but all of a sudden it was in the month of March, I'll never forget it, and they broke up. And little Bobby, devised a plan. Now y'all are gonna love this. So here's what I did. It was April the 1st, I'll never forget it, and I wrote a little letter. Oh, can y'all still see me? Everything fine? Okay, so I wrote a little letter after she and Alan broke up to Renita, and I said, "Dear Renita, will you be my girlfriend?" And then I did a little check mark. I had a little yes, and I had a little no. And I passed it to Kevin Richardson, who looked at it, and he was like getting all excited because he knew I was about to get rejected. And he wanted to see me humiliated in front of the entire class. And he went and he took the little note to Renita. And Renita patiently opened my little folded note up. I folded it like a little paper football back in the day. She opened it up and she looked thoughtfully at it. She picked up her pen and she checked the box. She handed the letter to Kevin, who then returned it to me. I opened it up. What do you think she checked? Yes or no? She checked no. She was not going to be my girlfriend. I was devastated. Now, keep in mind what date it was, ladies and gentlemen. It was April the 1st. So here's what I did. I wrote on the note, April Fools, I didn't want you to be your boyfriend, no way. Passed it back up to her. But that, y'all, that is called insurance. That is hedging our bets, right? Hedging our bets. All right. So good class today. That involves, so in everything we do, we're hedging a little bit. We'll talk hedges and trading and life and liberty and music. I can't wait to see what your song is. I hope y'all have a great evening, and I will see y'all next Tuesday, okay?
Dr. James.
Oh, let me say this too. If y'all don't want to come into the classroom, you can attend virtually as well. I don't care if you want to do that. So if you can't make it one time, I like seeing you in the classroom, but if you can't make it, I'll post a link to where you can, you can attend virtually. All right, guys, have a great day.